Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Bonsoir, bonsoir tout le monde. Nom c'est Kathleen Bao. I'm very happy to hear from you guys. I'm very happy to be with you guys. You are listening to Chat with Kat. Napkoute Chat with Kat na WSRF 1580 AM et 99.5 FM. I am your presenter, your animateur, Pau, pour les prochaines 30 minutes. Ou ka écouter show ça na app, TuneIn, Haiti Open, and our very own WSRF 1580 AM. You can also listen to us traditionally on the radio airwaves. We do serve Broward County, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beaches. Or if you happen to be in New York, or Haiti, or Japan, or Canada, you can listen to us on our website, WSRF.com, by clicking the live button. Again, I am your host for the next 30 minutes. Moi content qu'on pourrait passer 30 minutes avec vous. We do have a very special guest that's coming on in the later half of the show. Okay, so before we start the show, we're going to take a pause and we'll be right back.
Nou même pas haïtien, les nous fin grandi ti moun nou yo, nou ba yo éducation, yo jwenn bon job, yo vin fonder famille yo. Ki sa ki ka arrive nan vieux jour yo? Ti moun nou yo a paye bill pa yo, petit yo pral l'école, esko déjà préparé enterrement? Pa kite ti moun nou yo nan problème, rele Kathleen Barreau nan 786 253 0211 pour le cas edo préparer zafè enterrement. Pas quitter petit ou yo ap chercher l'argent dans mes amis. Relé Kathleen Barreau dans 786 253 0211 786 253 0211. Senior Life Insurance Company, c'est une assurance qui pas exempté aucune maladie. Ou ka pran pour ti moun qui fin fête jusqu'à 85 l'année. Ou pas besoin faire examen ka docteur pour ka joindre assurance si là pour faire enterrement.
C'est la vie meilleure pour nous battre dans les gars. Songez la petite monde. À nous d'aller bon. On fait la go cachée. Fais jouer mon papa. Dans les histoires, pour qui est Paris. Jodi a nous vivons, nous connaissons qui ça la vie. Pour mettre une vraie pour destin la main. C'est pour ça qu'a fini. Songez la petite monde. Et pour faire la go cachée. Fais jouer mon papa. Dans les histoires, pour qui est malice. Bonjour, Brice. Bonjour. Yeah. Yes, this is the kind of.
Merci parce que vous toujours été branché à mission en fait causer avec Kat or Chat with Kat. Nous sortons des disciples belle époque qu'on y a nous pral entrer plus fond dans l'émission. Pas oublier émission Chat with Kat, rive la caillou après nous te ouais gain pile monde qui gain problème avec préparation enterrement yo. Parce que très souvent famille qu'on gain problème après yo proche fin mourir, parfois gain nous c'est prêter nan prêter nan mes amis ou bien GoFundMe. Nous gain possibilité pour nous prendre assurance. Moi te dis moi c'est agent assurance dans Senior Life Insurance Company. And again, encore, ça fait me créer chose ça, jodi a C'est pour expliquer Final Expense Insurance. Now, assurance Senior Life ou puis assurance pour moun qui gen l'âge 0 à 85. Mais moi joins une compagnie qui garantit assurance pour moun qui passe l'âge 85 ans to 90. So if you're up to the age of 90 years old, I have life insurance for you too. So, ou met relem at 786 253 0211. Again, that's 786 253 0211. Now, assurance mwen gen offri assurance pour moun qui gen cancer, diabète, cholesterol, maladie Alzheimer's, dementia ou bien seizure. Nous garantis assurance pour tout le monde. Nous pas besoin de faire examen médical. Juste répondre quelques questions et puis ou gain assurance. Assurance ça, c'est pour famille qui remet économiser l'argent. Senior Life offre un programme qui relève Legacy Assurance. Legacy Assurance a négocié tout détail entièrement. Li ka négocier fleurs rad pour mettre pour famille. And also, li gen yon programme mwen reme en pile where kavo seke and volt cost seulement $2,750. So, Legacy Assurance ap négocier fleur programme entièrement n'importe dépense pour enterrement. Now, normalement ça, tête ou pas bien, et les plus important pour moun pas prendre avantage sur nous, c'est les moun moui kounya pour aller dans maison funèbre ou gen en pile dans tête ou c'est l'autre raison qui fait pour nous voulons pour préparer d'avance. So les assurance problème démenier. Legacy Assurance ka économiser l'argent client tout temps. Nous gain en pile famille qui remet Legacy Assurance en pile parce que maison funèbre qui charge moun en pile l'argent, mais famille ça retourne dans Legacy Assurance et Legacy Assurance pour descendre prix pour famille. Relem à 786 253 0211. Encore relem à 786 253 0211. Encore les plus important pour ranger affaire nous pour tout le monde nous pas besoin de demander l'autre monde pour l'argent pour enterrement nous. Les gains pour faire, mais même si vous sacrifiez un plat griot, poisson ou bien poule chaque semaine ou bien café dans Starbucks, chaque jour ou ka joindre l'argent ça pour payer assurance chaque mois. Famille nous mérite assurance. Again, you can call me at 786-253-0211. It's an easy, fast approval. It only takes 15 minutes. Process ça pour faire 15 minutes, up to 30 minutes, 30 minutes. That's it. And ou gen assurance right there. Kounya ou gen assurance. So, li fait pour prendre deuxième pause. N'a retourner après pour plus information avec guest moi. And we'll be right back.
Nous même pas haïtiens, les nous fin grandi ti moun nou yo, nous ba yo éducation, yo jwenn bon job, yo vin fonder famille yo. Ki sa ki ka arrive nan vieux jour yo? Ti moun nou yo a paye bill pa yo, petit yo pral l'école, est-ce déjà préparé enterrement? Pas quitter ti moun nou yo nan problème. Rele Kathleen Barreau dans 786 253 0211 pour le cas edo préparer zafè enterrement. Pas quitter petit ou yo ap chercher l'argent dans mes amis. Rele Kathleen Barreau dans 786 253 0211 786 253 0211. Senior Life Insurance Company, c'est une assurance qui pas exempté aucune maladie. Ou ka pral pour ti moun qui fait fête jusqu'à 85 l'année. Ou pas besoin faire examen ka docteur pour ka joindre assurance si là pour faire enterrement.
So welcome back, guys, to Chat with Kat. As I mentioned to you before, we had a very special guest that's going to be joining us on the last half of the show. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, guys.
Hi, my name is Daniel Macris. I'm the founder and CEO of Halcyon Essentials. I founded this company in 2012, and we started off doing medical cannabis in Georgia. as Halcyon Organics, as we started seeing the obstacles relating with marijuana, and the health benefits that CBD shows and is proven to have. I decided to switch over to CBD only out of hemp in 2016, and that's where we're at now. And I've been working in the medical cannabis industry for over 20 years, and my experience includes everything from growing to distribution to processing and extraction and product manufacturing and compounding and formulating and everything you can imagine. So that's kind of what I do.
My name is Maria Tuya, and I'm a sales representative for Halcyon Essentials here in the South Florida area. I was introduced to the products, and I've been very impressed with them, and I came on board as a sales rep, and I promote the products. I sell them personally and also on a wholesale level to businesses, and they're great products.
Perfect. Before we get into the company, first off, can you tell us or tell our listeners where did CBD come from initially, or?
Yeah, absolutely. To really understand CBD and the proliferation of it, we have to step away from hemp. Okay, hemp, as defined by the government, is cannabis sativa with less than 0.3% THC. So hemp is, with 0.4% THC, it's called marijuana. It's cannabis all the way around. That's what the scientific real name is of it. So what you got to kind of think about is a cannabis plant like a Bubba Kush, or let's throw down a Florida rep like the Gainesville Greenies. That would have been something like a German Shepherd, while a hemp plant would be maybe like a Pomeranian or a Labrador. So they're the same family, but they're just different kind of species within the family. CBD is formed naturally by the cannabis plant, or the hemp plant is what everybody's going to be calling it now for the legal purposes. And the reason we're just now seeing it, because for the first, 30, 40 years of the marijuana generation in the industry coming out of California and Amsterdam, everybody was focused on the THC, which was the psychoactive component of the plant. Now, so everybody was breeding that up. Nobody was looking at CBD. Nobody had the mass spec machines to test for the CBD. So it was all about getting stoned. What happened as, states started legalizing cannabis for medical use is they started doing actual real science and real research. Most of it was done in other countries because of the Schedule I status of the plant in this country. They started finding, hey, this is helping with cancer, this is helping with pain, this is helping with appetite. Then they started seeing it helping with seizures, like in the juvenile epilepsy. And they're like, whoa, okay, it does something, but how is it working? And then you started getting the nerds involved and started looking at it, and then they started finding the plant makes a whole bunch of other cannabinoids, THC being another predominant one. And then, like, everybody saw probably weed, the Sanjay Gupta special on CNN about Charlotte Figge, a little girl that has Dravet syndrome and was having like 100 seizures a day. And after taking CBD oil, she went down to like 1 seizure a week. That really opened up a lot of eyes. And then, so, since 2014, there's been tremendous amounts of research going into CBD, both domestically and internationally. And they're finding all of the anti-inflammatory properties, the anti-tumor properties. And now it's just, now it is where we are now. It's in everything. Like Kat and I were talking about, it's in bath bombs and stuff that doesn't even kind of doesn't even make sense, but it still works.
Exactly.
Now,
and it's so beneficial to people who have some type of anxiety also, are suffering from some type of panic attack sometimes and things like that. It's just beneficial to a lot of things that people don't normally associate with CBD.
So why out of all of a sudden it just appeared out of nowhere? Like, how did it just become exploded into the mainstream?
Well, it's part of it is just knowledge. When I say we, I mean like the human race. We just didn't have the research. Nobody was looking at it because it was so quick. We, as a society, with this war on drugs, everybody was so quick to it. Somebody's like, marijuana helps me with my seizures, or marijuana helps me with my Crohn's disease. The reaction of the quote-unquote old people was like, oh, he's an old pothead making excuses for his drug problem. So we vilified and criminalized drug use. So it really wasn't given a fair chance until, people finally started stepping in on the West Coast and doing real studies. And now the FDA CBD has orphan drug designation for treating glioblastoma. That's one of the most aggressive forms of brain cancer. And in clinical studies in vitro, it's killing brain tumors. So it's part of it is knowledge, and the other part was there's just such a strong stigma attached to marijuana for just generations. So we've had to fight through a lot of cultural and medical obstacles.
Yes, I would say that's one of the biggest things is the stigma attached to it.
And the laws. I mean, think about it. Like,
yes.
You get the cop. Like, if you have hemp flowers right now that are legal, they look and smell a lot like marijuana. And I had some and showed some to a police officer at a gas station a few months ago and said, officer, if you pulled me over and you saw me smoking this, is it going to be a bad day for me? And he looks at me like I was crazy. He's like, it might be a bad day for you right now. I'm like, no, this is legal. And he's like, uh-huh. And I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm not in Colorado or California where it doesn't matter. We've got pretty strict drug laws here. So that's another big problem is it looks and smelling like pot,
Now, what are some medicinal and therapeutic properties that studies have shown with CBD that it does?
I already went over the anti-ischemic properties in tumors, but the biggest thing that studies are showing, I can't say this because I'm not a doctor. I can't make a medical claim, but what studies have been proving over and over is that CBD is a very powerful anti-inflammatory compound. I've read studies that show it's got better anti-inflammatory properties than acetaminophen, ibuprofen, aspirin, even tramadol. And it doesn't have all of the side effects, like obviously we know the side effects of the opiates and like the synthetics like tramadol, but acetaminophen tears up your liver, aspirin tears up your stomach, ibuprofen tears up your blood vessels and can cause heart attacks and strokes over time. So far we've seen very little, if any, toxicity associated with CBD, so it's a much safer and less addictive alternative for inflammation. And inflammation shows itself in thousands of ways. Like most people associate inflammation with, I pulled a muscle playing sports, or I slept funny, or I got cut and there's inflammation on my skin. That's just that's nothing. Like our body is, every time our immune system is doing something, fixing something or killing something bad in us, which is happening all the time, it's creating inflammation. And that's just a byproduct of the function. And inflammation is good. When the body sees it as a marker and it says, hey, there's something going on over here, immune system, go fix this, goes and does it. When everything's working perfect, after it's done fixing whatever it does, your immune system clears out the chemicals, the inflammatory cytokines, that's what they're called. They go away and they get excreted and reabsorbed in your body. You're cool. However, as we know, everything doesn't work perfect all the time. So when you have these really low levels of inflammation that don't go away and persist for 40 years, 60 years, the lifetime of a human, they start creating plaques that can cause stuff like Alzheimer's and dementia and Parkinson's. They also are killing cells, and that can turn into cancer. So inflammation is kind of the root to almost every physical medical problem that a human can have, or an animal that we can have. And that's the biggest thing with CBD is that it works on that, and not just one type. It works on lots of different types of inflammation. And I don't want to get into interleukin 4 and interleukin 6, and that kind of stuff. But it's not just one way. Like our body cells have cannabinoid receptors on everything from your skin to your heart to your hair, and so it causes different effects based upon what cell it's working off of. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, just to touch on that, now I don't know if you follow UFC Ultimate Fighting. Nate Diaz, he gave his story that when he was in high school he got kicked out of school for fighting, obviously, and for smoking pot. But now I remember he did a press conference. I don't know if he was fighting against Conor McGregor, but when he was at his press conference after the fight, he he actually was vaping, and they asked, well, what is that? And then he said, well, this is, I'm vaping CBD because it actually helps my body recover faster, being that, their bodies go through a lot of beating up badly, especially in MMA.
Yeah.
And so now he's actually started his own line. I forget what the name is, but he actually started his own CBD line of just healing because, again, they take a bad beating fighting like that and prepping and all of that. So now he's kind of like sort of made it mainstream into UFC. So that's interesting that you pointed and you actually broke it down how our bodies are very receptive. They actually accept, the CBD to help our bodies repair a lot faster.
And let me add something specifically about Nate Diaz and athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they get hit in the head a lot.
Yes.
The UFC fighters get hit in the head a lot. Football players, both American football and like everywhere else in the world, soccer, football, those dudes get hit in the head a bunch. And what they're finding with the CBD is the anti-inflammatory properties and the antioxidant properties actually go in there and help the brain heal after a concussion. So they're finding early evidence to show that CBD and stuff can help prevent CTE, which is the chronic traumatic encephalopathy,
mm-hmm.
which is what all the NFL players, when they shoot themselves in the chest to commit suicide with a note that says, please study my brain, I think getting hit in the head a lot was bad. There's very promising evidence on that, too.
Let me ask you another question. So I had a sister-in-law whose sister, she had passed away from an aggressive form of cancer. And so she actually tried CBD out. However, she did it after doing chemotherapy. And they say that when your body goes through chemotherapy, it's almost disadvantageous to actually do CBD because your body is your body is completely different. It's mutilated by the radiation. Is there any truthfulness to what some folks have said? Because this was someone that I spoke to that practices holistic medicine. So I just was wondering, what's your take on that for those who suffer from cancer, like aggressive or not even aggressive when they first get into it, but then they opt to take chemotherapy and then they try CBD.
Okay, where we're at with this is we're at very, very early stages of in vitro, which means, not in vitro, in vitro studies where they're working in cultures and not in animals or people. And we haven't seen the effects yet. Now, I do know that there are actually some types of cancer, I think uterine. I can't remember exactly, so nobody quote me on this one. But there's one type of cancer that THC can actually make worse because it can create, it can cause estrogen to form, which feeds cancer. But in the instance of what you're talking about with chemo, is I've read studies that actually are showing that CBD is a cell protectant. So what they do is they take a culture of human cells, they feed them with CBD, but I'm not going to get into how they do it because I don't think anybody's going to care. But they get CBD and I'm like, you're taking it. Then they add a chemo agent, and they find that the CBD actually protects the healthy cells from dying from the chemo. Now, it doesn't protect all of them, but they're finding that, and this is actually more with whole plant cannabis with THC too, but they're finding that using the cannabis can actually help the live cells not get killed from the chemo. These studies are so new that it's just, at this point, it's going to be more, more anecdotal evidence, because you're going to hear people saying, I had cancer, I started taking hash oil, and now I don't.
Right.
And then we're going to have stories like yours where they're going to be like, well, they said that the CBD can counteract chemo. None of it's really been proven enough for us to really know what's true yet.
Okay. And for my final question, but you got to actually answer it quickly because we're running out of time. How does one compound have so many different effects? And that's my last question. Yeah.
You give me a question, it'll take a whole semester of college to answer. It goes into what I said earlier. Our body has a system called the endocannabinoid system that is built to work with cannabinoids. And so all of our cells throughout most of our body have a receptor on them that connects with CBD. So depending upon what cell it's connecting is going to make that cell do something different. So if it's hitting an immune cell, it's going to make it do something. If it's hitting a skin cell, it's going to make it do something different, obviously, because those cells have different functions.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of I guess the quickest way to explain how one compound is. Also dose specific. If you take this much, it can have a different effect than if you take twice as much based upon your body weight and stuff. So that's that as far as, and I think Maria's going to probably wrap up some stuff too if we have a little bit of time.
Yes, definitely. Please feel free to reach out to me. I can answer between Daniel and myself any questions, or anyone else in the company. Any questions, concerns, you can reach me at 786-226-4420. The company is Halcyon Essentials. All products are independently lab tested, which is very important to consumers. And just give it a try.
And we manufacture them in our lab in sterile conditions, under medical conditions. So I take the production personally. I oversee all of it, and I want to produce something as good as clean and consistent as what a drug company would make.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for joining the show. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nou menm pa haïtien, lè nou fin grandi ti moun nou yo, nou ba yo éducation, yo jwen bon job, yo vin fonde fami yo. Ki sa ki ka arrive nan vie jou yo? Ti moun nou yo a paye bil pa yo, petit yo pral l'école, esko deja prepare enterrement? Pa kite ti moun nou yo nan problem, rele Kathleen Barreau nan 786-253-0211 pou l'ka edo prepare zafè enterrement. Pa kite petit ou yo ap chèche l'argent nan mes amis, rele Kathleen Barreau dans 786-253-0211. 786-253-0211. Senior Life Insurance Company, c'est une assurance qui pas exempté aucune maladie. Ou ka pral pour ti moun qui fait fête jusqu'à 85 l'année. Ou pas besoin faire examen ka docteur pour ka joindre assurance si là pour faire enterrement.
Lile pour aller. Merci pour tout le monde qui branche dans Chat with Kat. Et pas oublier pour information net de qui bail about CBD. Si vous avez besoin d'assurance pour la vie, ou bien vous avez question pour assurance ou gain kounia, ou carrelem à 786-253-0211. Again, that's 786-253-0211. Si vous voulez un agent assurance and or real estate, you can call me at 786-253-0211. Again, this show is made possible by our sponsor, Primary Care Medical Center. Primary Care is located at 11500 Northwest 7th Avenue in Miami, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. So merci again for joining us today. Thank you, and see you next Tuesday at 6 o'clock.